Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Excuse me, this is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts coming on today to share with you a new layout I did. I designed this specifically for a photo I have of my great niece. She's sitting in the grass looking through the fence. She has her dad's, I think it's her dad's cowboy hat laying there. I'm sure she's watching him ride horse. So it's all but this red border piece are cut from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. The rest is Little Scraps of Heaven. And I apologize, this border piece, I'm not sure. It may be also from Cuddly Cute Designs, if I remember correctly. This red border piece is. And I didn't group the things, so I don't have the sizes. I'll give you the best I can on sizing. But I'm going to move this aside a little bit and kind of get started. And I apologize, I'm using a new phone, so this might be a challenge the first couple of times. I am so sorry. Okay, my background is just a black 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and then I cut down this piece, and this is from not Echo Park. I can't think of the other one off the top of my head, and I don't have the paper. I might look here. I might have paper here. I will take a quick look. Excuse for the crinkling, I apologize. Here, it is Cartabella. I knew it was one I would forget. So that is cut at the 11 3/4 inch square. And then all my border pieces are 11 3/4 inch long. This is, amazingly enough, the grass border from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs, but I resized it, and so instead of these pieces being narrow, and I'm looking here, this is what it would be if it wasn't spread out, so you can kind of see the difference there. So it is the same border, it's just a matter of how you resize it, and I think it's like 1.22 high or 1.23, something like that. So, and then I just ran it to one of my, I think it's the Softly Falling Cuttlebug folder at the bottom. I just wanted to give it some texture. And then this is the wavy scalloped border, I think, from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. Not positive, but that's going to go down here. And I'm going to glue these two together first, but I want to tell you that I'm almost positive that I have to put that tree on first. I should have brought the, I could bring up the design in Design Space, but it's kind of jumbled. I do that if I have to recut something, and if there's a piece, like I will put the 12-inch layer background on, and yeah, my designs get all jumbled up. Gonna match these up so they are the same at the bottom. I have a little hook in the corner at the bottom here of the paper. I was fine because it's getting covered up. And then I'm going to put this grass piece on right away. I did put the black background piece and then the blue top piece on just to save a little bit of time because I am so slow getting things lined up. I apologize. I think my nickname should have been Slowpoke. Sometimes take after my father. It's got to be just so, or we start over. So try to layer this at the bottom. I don't always use art glitter glue. However, I have one bottle of Beacon left, of my Beacon 3-in-1. I'm trying to be really careful about how much I use. I'm going to have to order and see if they'll ship it. I don't know. I've been hearing different things. But I've got quite a bit of the art glitter glue, so I'm really being careful. So that is, bring my scrapbook piece back in here. That is my border piece to go at the bottom down here. All right, so then I'm going to bring in my top border pieces. My funky sun. This is an 11-inch piece, so I had to unfortunately piece it together. So yeah, it'll get covered up, I think, with the sun, and if not, you know, it gets covered up enough. I don't get that excited about it. If it was something I was going to sell, I would go and find a dark blue or a different color piece, you know, of border strip. But we're going to start from this edge, kind of in the middle. I'll give you the dimensions in a moment here. Gonna try to keep this straight. I've not done a lot of scrapbooking lately, and I am kind of going streaks. I miss it though. So I probably will try to do some more layouts. I gotta find my adhesive remover here, my eraser. Oh, I can't reach it. I have too short of arms. I also have been making a lot of Easter cards, and I will show you a couple of Easter cards at the very end also. Thought I was prepared. I guess not. I'm so sorry. Get this extra piece cut off. Okay, the yellow piece is one and 3/4 inch wide, and then it's 11 and 3/4 inch long. That blue piece is about, I'm going to say 7/8 of an inch wide, just to give you an idea. And then this piece will go on top of there. This is 11 and 3/4 inch long, and it's about 5/8 of an inch wide. Sounds about right. 1/2 inch, 5/8, somewhere in there. So I'm going to get that down. These are just, it's just a general idea of what sizes you can use, you know, your own borders, whatever you wish. I'm using navy blue just because that's the color of my background on my photo mat, and I just wanted to give it a little bit more color. Kind of went with some of the more primary colors on the layout. And also there is, I was thinking there's a darker blue in here. There is a little bit there, so got just a little bit of a overhang there. This piece is going to go underneath, so there's just a little bit showing. So what I like to do, just to get them to stay together good, is on the bottom edge of this, on the back, okay, put glue, and the top edge of this, put glue, and then it will hold the two together. I'm sure you know how to do borders, but I just thought I would share what I do there. This is just a tiny bit long, this red one, so I'm going to just cut it off that little smidgen here on the edge again. I'll never get my pieces exact. I'm not a computer, I'm a human, so I do get my pieces. I'm going to put this, get these pieces out of the way a little bit, all the way at the top. Bring this down a minute, all the way to the top of this bluish and white color. So I can put that one on right away. There's nothing else going at the top there. I hope everyone is well. Very, very challenging times. I've quit watching the news too much, other than what I need to keep up on, you know, what's going on. Just a little bit I do. It just gets to be overwhelming. So I have a hair of a white border at the top. I'm okay with that. Again, I'm not using my normal glue, so I struggle. I have, that's why I like my beacon, because I have a little more wiggle room. And I know not everyone does, so don't get me wrong. I'll give you the dimensions. I put the top here because I left this open to slide the photo in the back through, and it will go down a little bit. The outside photo frame mat is about 4 7/8 inch. This is not perfectly square. It is, well, I shouldn't say that, about 4 7/8 inch wide. This is the photo frame 1, I think, from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. I just cut my own background piece. I didn't have the computer cut it. The inside where the photo goes measures not quite 3, where the blue part is, you know, the inside of the blue, not quite 3 by 3. So that's going to be going over here. I have my title, and I have the boy one also. I'll be doing a different layout for. This is about, cut at about 5, and then it is about, I'm going to say 3 1/8, 3 1/4, however it turned out. Okay, and this daydreamer is going to go way to the side. It'll go on top of the photo mat a little bit, but because the photo's going in from the top in like this, it's fine. Then we have some clouds, and I'm not sure, this is from one of the summer layouts, or I'm not sure. The face, the nose and the eyes come with it. I just added the rest of it. It is cut at, oh, I want to say about 3 1/2 tall, and it's about 3 1/2 wide. It also is from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs, and it's going to go way up there. And then the clouds, I think, were part of the sun file. This one's about 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. This one's about, we'll say 3 1/2 by, I'm going to say 1 5/8 or so, somewhere in there. And these are just going to kind of, I'm not sure exactly yet how these are going. I forget how I had these on there, so I'm just going to kind of play with it a moment. Finish laying this out a little bit because the tree is also, I think we're going to go like that. Have my little girl. She is cut at about, all assembled, we'll say about 4.5 because of the bottom of her shoes. Go that way. That's how Cricut does it. And then about 4 inches wide. It's just going to go here. The hat was actually cut, I think, was from one of the paper doll cartridges, maybe from Cricut. I'm not sure. It's cut at about 2.5 by 1.5. It's just going to lay behind her, and it's going way over. These go over a little bit. Let's get these all. Oh, I forgot my fans. This is from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs also, and this could have been cut a little smaller. I don't know what I was dreaming about. It's about 6.5 by 3.25. It will go back here. Yeah, I shouldn't have glued my grass pieces down because they were supposed to, the fence was supposed to sit behind it, but you know, it's going to get covered, so it's all good. Then I have my tree, and I don't remember what file this is from. This is also from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs, but this is going behind this border. And then, again, I put it through the Falling Leaves Cuddle Book folder. And, yeah, I want these behind. This tree's got to go over a little bit. This is why I'm laying everything out, because it does have a set place. And I did cut this off just a little bit so it's even with the layout. And I wanted these to go so that's going to be the finished layout. I'm going to go ahead and start putting these down. I'll put the tree down first. I'm going to grab a pencil if I can. And then I know where I want it to go. The tree itself, I ran through an embossing folder, like a wood grain folder, just to give it some texture. I have a older one. I think it was from, maybe from Stampin' Up, and then they came out with a little bit bigger, newer one. It's a Sizzix file, and I like it a lot better. It doesn't have quite the pressure, so it doesn't rip the paper so badly. So that's really nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my tree pieces down. And I even wrote on the back, it'll get covered up some with glue, but I'll show you maybe on the next one. Nope, I did write, you can't see it very well, but where I wanted this one to go, so I knew I had a specific spot for it. I have the terrible dropsies lately, and I can't. Dropped a whole bottle of laundry detergent the other day. I was so mad. I thought, oh, if that spills, what a mess to clean up. Luckily, it didn't, but it didn't make me too happy. So I have to be very careful when I do dishes. I didn't save a lot of dishes and don't feel like going to buy new. And I saved mostly my crystal goblets, I shouldn't say glasses, but goblets and coffee mugs, because I just don't need a lot and prefer not to break them. I'm struggling today it's a beautiful day. It's sunny and just gorgeous, and there is no movement anywhere in the area. It's just not good. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to put my clouds down. These also I put through the Cuddlebug folder. I don't remember the name of it. I'm not good. I should probably label them. It's just the swirls. It's very, very old. If that makes any difference. Probably one of the first ones I ever got. I just like to give texture, and I've quit adding a lot of foam tape. I don't know if I've mentioned. I got to where I could not lift my scrapbook albums. They were so heavy. Because I would love to pop this up between, the top yellow and the bottom yellow and some of the trees, and yeah, and then after a while my pages were warping, so I quit popping stuff up on my scrapbook pages. I still use a lot on my cards and my other projects. And yes, those poor mail ladies probably begin to wonder, what in the world is she sending? They don't always believe it's a card when it's, close to half an inch thick. But really it is. Oh, well. Okay, going to put my border down. Doing this layout the other day when I was assembling it, I thought, I wish I had someone to scrapbook with. I have no one, even in my apartment complex or anything, that does any of this. And it would have been so wonderful to get some ideas or some suggestions, because I don't know if something was missing, or I'm just not sure what it was, but I just needed some opinions. And I could ask my sister, and she just always the same response. I don't get, like any constructive criticism or any ideas. So kind of the pits. I'm going to put this down next. I cannot show my family's photos on social media. The kids, my nieces, would prefer I don't. I have once or twice, and I blocked out the faces, and I respect that. But this, I wish you could see the photo. It's just the perfect layout, or with the fence and everything, perfect design for this. And this little girl just fit it perfect. Then I have one, like I said, I'm going to do the little boy and share him next. Kind of trying, I don't want these on top of the other, okay? So I'm trying to get this as offset as possible and not have too much, space, kind of equal distance between the two. So I need to put this down first. And I'm going to be very careful in doing this. Let me think about this. Yeah, I'm still going to leave the top open, even though it'll go through that blue. I'm just going to leave it about like that and leave that. I can always come back and put it back down. Can eyeball it. I'm going to pick it up a moment so I can kind of see that it's somewhat straight. Good enough for me. I'm thinking here how this, yeah, I can put those top corners down. And if you hang out till the end, I have a couple of Easter cards that I will share. I'm not going to share the process with you. I will just give you some ideas of what I made, and I don't have the sentiments in them, but it gives you an idea. All right, so I want that grass to show a little bit, so I'm gonna not put this all the way down. Get some glue on here. The other thing I'm finding, and I think it's because I use a lot more, but with the art glitter glue, my pages do warp more, where I don't have that with the beacon, and I love that glue. I don't have that on my paper pieces. Again, I think it's more because, you know, I use more glue on the overall layout. Just a thought. Okay, so again, I kind of want to have some grass spikes showing, so because I failed to pay attention to what I was doing when I put that border down, I'm going to put her up just a little bit. So if you do something like this, you know, learn from my mistakes, right? And if you're making anything, I would love for you to post on my Facebook page. You can do it through the visitors on Prairie Paper Crafts via Facebook. I would love to see what you're making. I always get inspiration from what other people are working on, so I enjoy that. Here again, I wanted that to go behind the spikes of the grass, but it is what it is. So it's all good. But that, folks, is my finished layout. I do want to thank you all for joining me. Welcome to my new subscribers. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, I'd love it if you'd leave me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment. Otherwise, everyone take care, and thank you again. Have a great day.